Welcome back to the next lecture of NDT. In this lecture we are going to discuss about comparison of NDT with destructive testing methods, as well as scope, importance and some uses of NDT. So in destructive testing method, it is the method where the specimen is broken to determine the physical and mechanical properties. And in non-destructive testing, it is a process of determining the characteristic of material to locate the defect without destroying the material. In destructive testing method, what happens? We damage the specimen because of application of load. Means in case of tensile load, we applied tensile loading, material get fails and we concluded with certain value. Means in destructive testing method, material or specimen damaged after single iteration of loading. In non-destructive testing method, material is safe or component is safe. We can use the component afterwards. Means there is a no loading, and as there is a no loading, material is safe. So second difference or comparison, destructive testing methods mainly used to detect the properties of material, and NDT mainly used to find out the defects of material. Defects, or we can say discontinuities. There is a difference between discontinuity and defect. So we can say discontinuity. So in destructive testing, in relationship with application of load, material fails and we get a value of property. But in non-destructive testing, we can use the NDT to check, to evaluate the material for discontinuities. There are some cases where the result or responses of NDT can be correlate with certain characteristics of material, no doubt, but generally we can say NDT can be used to evaluate the discontinuity, and DT, that is destructive testing, is used to detect the properties of material. Third comparison, the DT, in the DT measurements are direct and reliable. Means here we applied the load and here we get value of property. This is direct measurement and it is a reliable one. But in case of non-destructive testing, it is indirect and reliability is to be verified. Means a system gives us responses while evaluating the material, and amongst from the different responses we need to sort different types of defect or responses from the defect. Means here reliability is to be verified by the inspector. Machine gives us multiple responses, but whether that responses comes from defect or discontinuity or the material itself, it need to be inspected, it need to be judged with by the inspector only. So as we can say earlier, in the destructive testing load is applied on the material, in non-destructive testing load is not applied on the material. So in destructive testing it mainly involves quantitative measurement, and here in non-destructive testing it is qualitative measurement. When destructive testing gives us value of property and non-destructive testing gives us behavior of material, or we can say nature of material. It is qualitative one, and in DT it is quantitative one. Means non-destructive testing gives us whether there is a crack, whether there is a flaw, present in the material or not. In destructive testing, the method gives us value of tensile strength or yield strength or compressive strength or fatigue strength, so on. Sixth comparison point. So in destructive testing, special equipments are required. But in non-destructive testing, special device and instruments are needed. Means in destructive testing, for special properties, special attachment, special we can say instrument or equipment is used. But the same machine, single special device can be used for evaluation of any type of material. Means suppose in case of ultrasonic testing, machine is same, equipment or device is same. The same device can be applicable to evaluate the different types of material. Or we can say in the radiography testing, the principle is same, the instrument is same, but it is special one, no doubt about it, but special attachment is not required. 7. Correlation between the test measurement and material properties are direct. Means the testing methodology itself gives us value of property. In non-destructive testing, skilled person is required to interpret the result. So material gives us multiple responses on the screen of machine or to the system. So amongst from different responses, the inspector need to sort out the different responses and need to interpret the result in accordance with the defect, flaws or the characteristics of material. So in destructive test, cannot be operate on the same specimen as it being destroyed. As we discussed earlier, the material is destroyed in the destructive testing method, so we can't use the same specimen again and again. In non-destructive testing method, it can be used repetitively because material is same, specimen is safe in non-destructive testing. Testing is not made on the object directly. Yes. Tensile test. The separate standard specimen is required to obtain the properties. We can't operate tensile testing on a particular component. Tensile test need a standard specimen for testing. But in case of non-destructive testing, it is applicable for actual component. No need to no need to create a separate specimen in the NDT testing. So test equipment are not portable in non-destructive testing. It is portable in nature. In destructive testing, using a single specimen, only one or few properties of material can be measured. In non-destructive testing, many properties of specimen can be measured, as many NDT method can be applied on the same specimen. As we discussed earlier, as material is safe in NDT testing, we can use the same material again and again, and we can use the same component in different type of NDT methods also. Means different type of NDT methods can be applied on the same component. But in case of destructive testing, we can't get the different value of properties from the same component. Few values can be obtained from the component, such as with the help of single testing in tensile test, we can get yield strength, ultimate tensile strength, modulus of elasticity. But if you consider the fatigue strength, we get only single value. After obtaining the single value of property, that material is already failed. So we can't use the same component again and again. So tests are not made on the object actually used in a service. Means suppose there is a component which is already assembled in nature, and suppose there is a impossible to get that component from the assembly and check. So in that case, destructive testing methods are not useful. So the same component which is in the assembly we can check with the help of non-destructive testing. So here the test not made on the object actually used in service. So the object which is already used in service, that can be evaluated, that can be inspected with the help of non-destructive testing method. So next difference, or we can say comparison. Measurement of properties over a cumulative period of time cannot be measured in a single unit. In non-destructive testing, non-destructive test permits repeated checks of given unit over a period of time. Means as time passes, material loses its property, or there may be a change in the property as time passes. Suppose one pinion is used and that pinion performs for a week, for a month, for a year. Then after 1 month, what is the property of that pinion? After 2 months, what are the properties of that material? That we cannot check in destructive testing. But we can check the properties of, or we can say we can evaluate the component as a period of time, after some period of time, after interval of time in non-destructive testing, because of material is safe in nature. We cannot destroy the material in non-destructive. So after a span of time, we can check the same component for a characteristic or evaluation, or to check flaws or crack. So destructive testing is very costly for preparation of test specimen. So in non-destructive testing, little or no specimen preparation is required. Why little word is there? Because in some cases of ultrasonic testing, DAC component is need to prepare. What is that? That is displacement amplitude curve. So that component is used as a standard component to check a respective or particular part. So that DAC is useful, or it need to be prepared in non-destructive testing. So it is a single component or single reference component, we can say. So in destructive testing, each and every iteration needs a separate component or separate specimen, and it is not happen in non-destructive testing. In destructive testing, the time and man hours requirement of many destructive tests are very high. But in case of non-destructive testing, time hours, or we can say NDT cannot hello. So NDT needs a very little time span for evaluation. In case of destructive testing, time requirement is somewhat high. In NDT, it is somewhat rapid as compared with destructive testing. So it is all about the comparison of NDT and DT. These are the some examples. Destructive testing means tensile test, compression test, hardness test, impact test, as on. And in non-destructive testing, visual inspection, liquid penetrant testing, as we can say dye penetrant testing, ED current testing, radiographic testing, and ultrasonic testing too. Then importance of NDT. NDT increases the safety and reliability of product during operation. Means as there is a no application of load, material is safe, and its reliability get increases when we applied NDT to the component as compared with DT. So NDT decreases the cost of product by reducing scrap and conserving material, labor and energy also. Why reducing the scrap? Because if you apply destructive testing method, specimen after application of load material get fails, and that specimen is scrap after testing. So as in NDT, material is safe, no issue of scrap also, and ultimately it conserves the material, labor also and energy also, and it is applied directly to the product. No need to prepare a specimen. Test parts are not damaged as there is a no load. Various tests can be performed on the same product. Specimen preparation is not required, yes. Can be performed on the part that are in service. Low time consumption, and it is somewhat rapid method as compared with destructive testing. So these are the two actual photographs of application of NDT. These photographs are collected or taken in Sonhira sugar industry. This is square head shaft which is inspected in service, and this is the shaft which is disassembled and it can be checked with the help of NDT. Means these two photographs shows that whether there is a disassembled component or the assembled component, we can check with the help of NDT method. Scope of NDT. There are four main ways in which NDT can be incorporated into manufacturing practice. If you see this picture, each and every term represents the scope of NDT. So to provide control of quality at product manufacture or during plant fabrication. Means NDT can be used in quality assurance of the product during the production or on the production line, after and after production also, after actual production also. Means surface hardness, optical properties, surface treatments, microstructure, composition of raw material, residual stresses in heat treatments, so on, to ensure that the item conforms to the specification. So it related to the somewhat dimensional measurements, or we can say coating thickness, bond quality. Third one, to examine plant equipment or components during service in order to meet the requirements or as an insurance against premature breakdown or failure. Means suppose there is a breakdown in the equipment itself in production line, then that component can be inspected with the help of NDT method, and then we concluded that it may be happen due to which cause. Means we cause and effect. Next one, as a diagnostic tool in research and development. This image shows that each and every term related to scope of NDT. The last point, that is as a diagnostic tool in the research and development, yes. So the results or the responses of NDT methods can be used in R&D for characterization of material to get a relationship between the properties of material such as density and behavior of material. So there are huge scope in R&D with the help of NDT. These are the some uses of NDT method. So flaw detection and evaluation, leak detection. So whether there is a crack or whether there is a porosity in the material, and the evaluation of that particular crack or porosity can be done with the help of NDT method. Then leak detection, yes, in case of petroleum industry or gas industry, the pressure vessel can be inspected with the help of NDT for leakage detection. Location determination, uh, suppose there is a flaw present in the component, then at which location that flaw is there, so that location can be determined with the help of NDT. Dimensional measurement, suppose there is a non-corrosive paint on a certain vessel, then that paint, that thickness of that coating can be measured with the help of NDT method, that comes under dimensional measurement. Structure and microstructure characterization, yes, it is somewhat, this part is related to R&D of NDT method. Means the responses of machine can be correlate with the properties and microstructure of material. Estimation of mechanical and physical property, yes. Stress or strain and dynamic responses measurement. Material sorting and chemical composition determination, yes. Material sorting, it is a very wide area of application of NDT, because as per as the acceptance criteria is concerned, which component is acceptable for further operation or not, it can be determined with the help of NDT methods also. So thank you. In the next lecture we will see the different types of overview of different types of NDT methods. Thank you very much.